Good morning, students. Tashle. I'm sure you all are doing a great. Okay? Yes. So today I'm here with a new English lesson. Now, before that, let me say, okay, what goes in your mind when I say Goa? Okay? Yes. So I'm sure you all have. Some of you have already visited Goa, isn't it? Now, when I say Goa, what kind of things come in your mind? I'm sure you must be thinking about the beaches, the fish curry, the party, the swimming suit. All these things come in your mind when I say Goa, isn't it? But do you know that there are other things that you can also learn about Goa? Yes. For example, so many Europeans visited India a long time ago. We have got the Portuguese who first came to India, we have got the Dutch, we have got the French, we have got the British finally, isn't it? So when these Europeans come, they also bring their own, what should I say, the culture. Okay, yes. So the Portuguese, they settle in Goa, and in Goa, they started the tradition of making bread because the Portuguese, they love bread. And the person who makes bread is called, yes, baker. So when you go to visit Goa, apart from the beaches and the parties and the fish curry, all these things, you must ask about the baker. Okay, you must ask about the what should you say, the bread in Goa, especially brought out by the what should you say, the Portuguese, isn't it? Okay, yes. So in this lesson, the glimpses of India. Okay, now what is the word glimpse? So glimpse means a short view. So the glimpses of India means India, it's very large. We cannot, what should I say, bring you each and everything, isn't it? So we are going to give you a short view of some of the places. You got it? For example, let us say we all are scattered all over India. Some in north, some in south, some in east, some in west. We all have your own hometown, isn't it? Now, without going far, let us talk about our own hometown, isn't it? What are some of the famous places in your hometown? What is the special food? What are some of the culture and tradition in your hometown? We can talk about all these things, isn't it? Okay, yes. So in this lesson, okay, the glimpses of India, we are going to talk about three particular places in India. The first one is obviously Goa, where we talk about the baker, the bread in Goa, and the second one, the coffee place in India, that is Cook, and last one, the tea place, the famous tea place in India. Do you know? Yes, it is none other than Assam. Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to talk about these three places, and these are just a short view. Okay, yes. Now, if we learn from right now, next time in future you visit these places, then it will help you. Okay, yes. So we are going to start the lesson, and the first part is a baker from Goa. So baker is the person who bakes bread. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, a baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his history. Okay, in his society. Okay, yes. So, first of all, what do you mean by pen portrait? So, pen portrait is an informal description. It's a description of a traditional Goan village. Okay, baker. Oh, so that is the so pen portrait. Pen portrait means you have to write an informal description. Okay, yes. In the examination, sometimes you just write a pen portrait of any friend. Okay, you have to give an informal description of any friend. You got it? Okay, yes. So let us go through this. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. The Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have among us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Those age-old time tested furnaces still exist, and the fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. Okay, yes. So our elders, now this particular piece is written by someone who had already lived in Goa, and he was just, what should I say, writing about these people. Okay, our elders had often heard reminiscing nostalgically. So the meaning of which is reminiscing nostalgically means thinking fondly of the past. Okay, so you have grown up, and then when you think about your what should I say childhood days, what are you doing? You are reminiscing nostalgically about those childhood time. Okay, yes. Now the Portuguese, these Portuguese, I told you, they came to India. Okay, yes, they are famous for the loaves of bread. Loaves of bread means not a slice but a loaf. Okay, it's a collective noun, bread. And these eaters of loaves, who are these? These are the Portuguese. Now they were no more in India, so they have vanished, but the makers are still there. The makers means the people who make bread, they are still there. We still have among us the mixtures. So making a bread involves lots and lots of process. You have to mix, you have to make mounds, and you have to make bread. Okay, now these are still there. And again, those age-old, time-tested furnaces. So furnaces means the oven, isn't it? You have come across this particular word in science, furnace. Okay, yes, the burning, and it still exists. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. Extinguished means put off. Okay, the fire is still there even today. And what more? The thugs and the jingles of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as Padar in Goa. So you see, the Goa, we still have the people who make bread. And where did they learn this from? They learned this from the Portuguese who visited India. But where are they? They are not here anymore, isn't it? But this custom is still prevalent in Goa. And what do we call for the people who make bread in Goa? We call it Padar. Okay, yes. So when you visit Goa, you can talk about Padar and try to see whether there are some Padar, whether there are some people who make bread or not. Okay, yes. Although the people who worked under Portuguese that time may not be there, but their sons. Okay, yeah, their sons and sons, they may be present, and they are still carrying on the profession. Of which profession? The bakery. Did you understand? Okay, yes. Now you just see how that writer has written. Okay, how did he begin? Okay, yes. Now let us go further. During our childhood in Goa, now he was there, okay, when he was small, okay, yes. The baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. Okay, they said that the baker used to be their friend and companion and guide. How? Now let us see. He used to come at least twice a day, once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. Got it? So, how many times they visit? 2 times. First in the morning selling their bread. Second, after emptying the huge basket. Okay, yes. The jingling thud of his bamboo. The jingling thud, learner, you must have, you may be also recalling your childhood days. When I was small, in my hometown, we used to have an ice cream babu, isn't it? So he used to ring one bell, ding, 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 ding. Okay, so when we children, okay, whenever we hear that ding, 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 we know that the ice cream ice cream babu had come. So likewise, in olden days, these bakers, what do? They just make some sound, okay, of the bamboo and the jingling. Jingling means sound, okay. And this woke up from the sleep, and we ran to meet and greet them. So it's a village, what should I say, small village. And when the person who sells bread may be the earliest one who used to get up, isn't it? Then he used to say, okay, bread, 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 like this. So the small children, they were, what should I say, woken up by the sound of the baker. Okay, and then these small children, they used to run and greet them. Why was it so? Okay, was it for the love of a love? Okay, they love bread so much that they go and meet the baker? Not at all. No. So what was the reason why they got up and go to the baker and greet them? Okay, the loaves were bought by some buskin or buston, the maidservant of the house. The loaf of bread, the big one, they were for the which we see the maid servant. They used to come and buy this for their master, isn't it? What we long for, what we means the small children, okay, what we long for were those bread bangles which we use, which we choose carefully. So bread bangles, so the bangles is the one who wears by one is worn by the ladies, isn't it? Ladies, okay, bread bangles, it looks like present day donut, okay, donut date lapena juvio do. So in olden days bread bangles that they get Portuguese kitties, so we still have the donuts, okay, yes. Now these small children, they are not after the loaf of bread, but the bread bangles, okay. Sometimes it was very sweet bread, sweet bread of a special make. You see, okay, now you got to see all these things. So now we are talking about the baker in Goa, okay, yes. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. Bamboo staff. Staff here means walking stick. Okay, staff lana walking stick. The baker, the young man, I told you about the ice cream wala. Okay, he used to use his belt and then we know the ice cream wala has come. Okay, now the baker, he used to make his musical entry. He used to create the sound jang 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 from his bamboo, which is walking stick. Okay, and everybody knows the bread wala had come, isn't it? On one hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. Dang, 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 dang. Chik lapa chik go wala, and he pali the same basket. He would greet the lady of the house with a good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. So vertical bamboo, you must have seen the sun chart wala, the chana wala, the digit something himudwa, and digala tukdisha, and it's yes. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or a parapet. Parapet means the balcony chinju dojo and peep into the basket. Puku chinju you mission bading ngazul pejatang patang denichigre. Ine nganzugi give a chigore yomar. The paginal karkat do tayachedo parapet denikalza and peep lana you just look. Okay, yes. And basket nal karkatu. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Okay, that thanda kochimbu chare, but still thanda in the tempa digesona pale digi tema di thando ngegi kayungu those days, right? Loaves for the elders, pale tongdo chimbu dige changma elders ra migyamba shoge shokja da nishira, and the bangles for the children. Pugu chinji ladi. That baker digegi migyamba la sugar pugula sugar sama. Okay, yes. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouth properly. That is the kabla khujigi so to the tongba to the digela thona de war yomar bread wala bread de hanad warda. And why should we? And Koranzugi Jungse, Manzu Karchin so to who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And now, even today, okay, instead of toothbrush, when you go by train, you see the people which are using that stick. Okay, now sometimes it is called neem tree, right? Neem tree, and here we are talking about mango leaf. That is so okay, yes. And why was it necessary at all? And what was the reason they gave? Let us try to see. It's very funny, isn't it? So and the tiger never brushes teeth. That was the tiger simje passion koso kande cause tanda so check to your maris. Only jumze on the demons on Nazo Kajin towards this. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely. After all, so that the two so that was the excuse given by the small children. And we know that that is not true. Okay, so every day you have to brush your teeth. Okay, yes. Now let us go further. Marriage gifts are meaningless without sweet bread known as bowl. Okay, boil laiswa only. That yagananglo changsa jablang anjuki sweets. Sweet lady package marwa, yes. Tangazuki susu lega yabuchung roa. Any promotion sa nanzu namjo gal sweets in the kid in the chingdua. Okay, just as a party or feast loses its charm without bread. Changsa the curry bread da den de mewa re chana changsa gi ju da changsa gi siji le jor adi la de jor res inji miji bread da nganju gi da kapse da den de yor wa oninanda. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. Wa Joseph Ching na lo la baker chikta inji minji where the kitchen res. Wa odi pe yoris. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of baker's furnace in a village is absolutely essential. That is the kapla Joseph Rere, Tessaimbar Joseph Rere in Sajakawa, Chidi Rere, Temple Rere, Go Yubara, Din and the Tuzu Dikabla, Joseph Tunju Rere Nanglola, furnace Lana. Pale susege tapyoro didi inji minji koyo reskaji festival ne changsa ne khatu ne chik da chik suerwa oni inji minji ko reskani ta tujuka bleda okay saja khawa tongse chunju khandi ma khande ne pale susege tapchi da changmal yuebanis. The baker or the bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as kabai. Okay, yes. That tuglo dige kunju bread wala dige tuglo mixe dikhal lawarjana kunju la kabai. Okay, yes, kabai lani lawores. Na kabai le tuglo kade. Nanju imbarjana TT babu train al doing TT babu tuglo kare lamsa hudwa. Pilot lana kare lamsa hudwa. That is a nurse, the doctor the ne tuglo ya kade. Sakme hudwa. Din nanda baker le dige tuglo dila kalere kabai lanarwa. It was a single piece long frock lana jama reaching down to the knees. Bemo gitsi dedires. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and a trouser which was shorter than a full length ones and longer than a half pants. Wa ane tuzu nyama dola ngaju ge baker le di tuglo ngone resha kunju tuglo ringbo che ani kajere tuglo gamza full member che ine pemo le these ringa yo tang aju gi nyema tuju dola we have got a knee pen le tharsus le so indeed even today anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knee invites the command that he is dressed like a padar wa ta thesa imbarisine miji gi tuglo pemu gi bas dela kungu na am kola command khar la na oh ko padar nanda padar la na we know isn't it baker phali sunyela ra phali sunyelani and our ko phali sunyegi tuglo do kheshas lani lawores. Did you understand? Okay, that is some Goa, that is some. Okay, yes. The baker usually collected his bill at the end of the month. Okay, the baker now you just look at the people. Okay, in during the olden days. Okay, the gela zita bill that in they so what do they do? Okay, yes, monthly accounts used to be recorded on some walls in pencil. Right? Ani kambare regi phale khare dawa khare jodi ani zikbagi kanla pencil kitchen. So that was the honesty. Right? Tampu tanja pat zonye digi phagi gala shisha ani tenye digi phagi gala shisha shibu tesa emergent mitsanga trust the digi la je shibu tembo signature kala signature de yorwa. So that was the long time ago. Wa baking was indeed a profitable profession in all these. Okay, that tuju dikabla Pali sunye lawarjana ani bet song nere lega yakbo yujo wa ngu yakbura nyegi tuju chikdwa. Okay, yes. Tesa imbarjane bakery dige yakta judu wa. Okay, yes. The baker and his family never starved. Ani khalla wala na Pali sunye imbarjako nangmi dige khatu staff chechinga mugi do tokshitini cheting mares. He, his family and his servants always look happy and prosperous. Digi lega chinigi nangmi digi khatu kibu da prosperous pisum sopata uch tashiba de khatu thungores. Their plum lawarjan kasima nganjugi tiger gajina leswa tiger ye pray the sure plum deer plum lana yakpa ridi lejora pat yabu jo shawa dige deer imbarjana shawa kambo member che shamang bo jo ondinanda the baker dige kare plum physics nan chi gi number di pat yakpa di jodi is an open testimonial and sik di pay about testimonial and khungi ra to le so ko yakpa jo di khari testimony tengwa khari proof chigola na ani o di gi lega di ani pesha yapo sunye chimba so their plum physics was an open testimony to this. Okay, yes. This lana khare lana this the kare and the lega di yakpo pesha yakpo suyegi di matingores. Even today, any person with a jackfruit like physical jackfruit lana kyanzu go thong yugure south wal do shingdo chibo che barza yo do yakpa do oh dinanda jackfruit like physical and meat yakpa di din do appearance din de yuna khare easily compared to a baker. Oh, ko baker is a restaurant. Lamsa chi gi sokol latte ne nga ju ko baker is. Thulo tenda latta ne ko baker style ne nga ju gi di ching dwa. So that is the thing. Did you understand? So with this we have finished. I told you this is a very short one, and we talk about the baker in Goa. Okay, so I told you next time when you visit Goa, okay, apart from enjoying the beaches and the parties like this, it's important for you to go among the what should I say local people and talk about this padar. Okay, the baker and the kunjugi baker dige khawane chungare. Okay, thando di yore yomare, and you talk about the bread bangle khare. Law for bread means bread slice member che tok tok ba. So in TCB every morning we used to have a loaf of bread, and the amala they cut the loaf of bread into 3 pieces, isn't it? So that is the thing. Okay, so I just want you to what should I say write something about your hometown, as I've already discussed in the which earlier time. Okay, yes. What you are going to do, you think about, you mention your own hometown, and try to write what are some of the tourist destination, what are some of the special festival, what are some of the special dress, what are some of the special food, like this. So it's better if you think about this can be a small which a tribute to your own hometown. Okay. Yes. So I'll see you in the next lesson. That is the famous coffee place in South India. Okay. Yes. Bye bye.